Hey, hey!
Yes, sir. What's going on?
I'm exciting today. I got one of these guys that I know and I've been following from a long time since he was with an artist only.
Yeah,
He wasn't even that then. I knew him around ASO back in the days. I was to be around this and I know him. And now he's blow up. I'm so happy for him. And I got him on my podcast today. Rico, what's up?
What's going on?
How you doing, my G?
First and foremost, thank you for the support.
Of course.
That's definitely got to be said. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't know the journey. They think like, you know, the new followers think I just podcast, but they don't know I've been in the entertainment business for like 15,
I knew you was
years.
all this back in the day that you was on the same grind and try to make it up there. And I'm so happy. And I heard one of your songs was crazy too.
Yeah. I just dropped one about a month ago, Dolo.
Yeah, but that's the song I'm talking about. I was doing my research. That song is a hit, crazy hit,
man.
bro.
It's doing well. I haven't really, the crazy thing is, I didn't want to promote it too crazy. I just wanted to see who was rocking with me from back then. You know what I'm saying? And it's doing good numbers. I'm not gonna lie. So now we're gonna start pushing it.
Bro, that song,
I'm behind it. It's gonna go well.
I used to be a manager and I got an ear for that. Yo, that song is a hit song, bro. If you can push it and switch it to other DJ, give it to other DJ. So make sure they play like DJ. You know all those DJ Drewski, DJ. If you can get them, they gotta spin that shit, bro. They gotta show love now. That's all it's all about.
I got good relationships with a lot of DJs too. Like DJ Drewski, I known him for a long time. Shout out to him.
Yeah.
DJ Clue, I got some mutual friends with him. Shout out to him. Bobby Trends, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
There's a lot of them. Flex, like a lot of them I have had either mutuals or I had great relationships with them myself. You know, so definitely shout out to all the DJs doing their thing.
Yes, sir. So I got a couple questions for you.
Yes.
Okay, so what was the moment that really sparked your entrepreneur journey?
So my entrepreneur journey. So you wanted to hear the crazy story?
Let me hear it.
We got a long drive?
Yes, we can get it. I can make it long.
Alright, cool, cause it's a long story.
I can make it long, don't worry.
When I had got off the music label I was signed to, right?
Yes.
I went independent and I didn't realize how expensive it was, so I went back to work. So I started working at the Apple store.
Okay.
Right, so as I'm working at the Apple store, this one dude, he's my very first customer. He comes in and he says, "Yo, I want to buy all the iPhones in your store." So, you know, if it's a brand new phone, I'm like, "Yo, there's 1,000 people in this line. Get up out of here." But he was serious. So I spent my whole first shift ringing him out iPhones. Then I started like talking to him, building with him, like, what do you do? Like, you know what I'm saying? Learning from, I was still young.
Yeah.
And just a long story short, 2 years later, you know, I told him what I do, who I was, and, you know, why I was working there and how I'm planning on not working here for long. So 2 years later, you know, I get about that job and now I'm back on my feet. I'm back on MTV. I'm doing reality TV. Everything's going well. And then he hits me up and he's like, "Yo, who does your marketing?" And I said, "I do." So what ended up happening was he was like, "Can you do my marketing for me and I'll pay you salary?" And I said, "Nah. What I'll do is I'll make your whole company lit. You know, I'll help design some of the wardrobe. And then once I do that, I don't want you to pay me salary. I want to become an owner." So in 5 months, we made $1 million. Well, 6 months, we made $1 million, and I was co-owner of that company, and that's what sparked the entrepreneur journey.
Oh, wow. That's a great story.
Yeah, man. I got another one, too, because I was also trying to hustle and do, like, some other shit where I had a sneaker company.
Yeah.
But the dude had ran off with all the money, and it was crazy because I was more so of a brand ambassador, being the face of the company. I didn't have too much business knowledge at that time. And, you know, I pumped the sales. We sold like maybe 200-300 pairs of sneakers for $100. And he ran off with the money. Nobody ever got their sneakers. Then they started coming at me like, "Hey, where's my shoes?" I'm like, well, honestly, I'm not the owner. I was just the face, you know? So I was hesitant about working with anybody. But then that story that I just told you with my old client at Apple, that's what also sparked my entrepreneurship to learn more about business in full.
Okay. So what mindset shift changed everything for you in business?
My bad, give me 2 seconds.
No problem.
Hold on. Somebody trying to do it. Somebody trying to call me to do another interview.
Oh wow.
So what mindset changed it?
Yeah, change. Yeah.
My old business partner put me on game with a lot. So, you know, he actually showed me how to make things work. You know, like everybody thinks they understand business, but unless you've actually had a real business generating money, learning how to crunch numbers and make some real money out of it, you know, then you don't really understand it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I remember this one point we were looking for funding. We had just made 1.5 million, but we wanted to expand the business and we knew we needed $2 million to do it, but we didn't want to use our money, right? So I actually went to this spot in Wall Street. It was this big building. It was like 40, 50 floors, and you just kind of it was like Shark Tank. So you went to one investor, they passed you up, they passed you up, they passed you up, they passed you up, all the way to the point where there's like, yo, we'll invest in you or we won't. So we got to that final stage, and one person wanted to invest in us and one person didn't, and that really let me know like, yo, we can make some real money, and there's people who wants to pay for our creativity because they don't have it, you know. So that's really what kind of sparked or really kept the spark for my business sense, you know, going. Plus I never wanted to work for anybody.
What does leadership mean for you?
Leadership?
Yeah.
All right, so Pete, we're driving around in my area, right? One of my areas I grew up in. So that's what leadership is, when you can be a community asset to me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So like, there's a lot of people that make money. Making money is kind of easy once you learn how.
Yeah.
But are you a leader to your community? Did you impact your community? See, I came back here during COVID. I moved back to where I was from during COVID. I got stuck out here, and I started coaching the football team. I gave us our first Division II championship at this age group in 17 years and went undefeated.
Nice.
And now I'm opening up a wellness spot in my community. So that's what a leader is. How you serve your community, how you come back, influence, impact, and become a positive role model for the youth, or maybe even some of the adults that reside where you were from.
Yes. So what's one principle you live by when it comes to success?
One principle I live by when it comes to success?
Yes.
Come on, man. Hundo. You know what I'm saying? Gotta keep it a hundo. Be honest, be real, be authentic. I don't care if it costs you money. I don't care if it costs you an opportunity. Be you. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, too many people try to fake it for a bag, or fake it for an opportunity, or fake it just to fit in. That's not successful. You know what I'm saying? Eventually, you're gonna implode, which means, you know, your spirit, your soul, your mind, everything is gonna start to explode within. And then next thing you know, you don't care about anything you have, and that's how you fall into depression. So you really want to be successful, you got to be able to be successful being yourself. That's the only way.
And how do you handle pressure when big decisions are on the table?
I'm a gambler, man.
Okay.
I gamble, right? So if there's a big decision on the table, I'm willing to live and die by whatever decision I'm going to make. You know, I'm not scared of the outcome. I believe in God, right? So much so, like, any decision that I think is a wrong decision, I know was a good decision because I know that he led me to that decision, whether it had been a lesson or a blessing, you know? So I don't actually think too much into big decisions. I just make my decision based on whatever I think is best at that time with all the information that I have, and I just trust the process, whether it works out in a lucrative way or whether it works out in a knowledgeable way, you know?
Okay. And what separates winner from people who quit too early?
That's exactly it, man. A winner doesn't quit. You see, like, a winner has a mentality that says any means necessary. You know what I'm saying? Yes. And you can't be a winner without it. You know, you can have some gains, but you won't be a winner. You won't never. Winners, the thing that a winner has that most people don't understand is fulfillment. So, or a winner gets, that I should say, that most people don't understand is fulfillment. A winner feels fulfilled once they finally accomplished, once they were losing and they just had, yo, I can't stop here, you know? There's an analogy somebody gave me. I'll share it with you. It's actually pretty dope. And he said, if you swim far enough out in the ocean, turning back is gonna kill you, so you might as well keep going, right? So I feel like that's how I live my whole life, you know?
Yes.
I've been in the middle of the ocean. Maybe I came to like a little shore here, then I jump back in the ocean and try to get to a bigger land, you know, as the growth the growth climb, as I try to climb through, you know what I'm saying? So that's what separates you, bro.
Okay.
You gotta be willing to die by this shit, man. You gotta be willing to die by this shit.
You cannot fake it.
I'm willing to die by, see, that's the difference. I'm willing to die. I don't care if I have nothing left. This is the only way I want to win. You know what I'm saying? There is not another way that you know how many times in my life I had people don't talk about this part, but as an influencer, entrepreneur, there's going to be points and times where you're going through financial hardships and you have no one to turn to. You know, like me, I had no one to turn to. I don't have a college degree. You know, I don't have much work experience because I haven't worked a job since 2017 or 16. You know, that's almost 10 years ago. What option do I have to get hired? It's gonna be hard. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So, but I know that when I made this decision, I know that this is what it was going to be, which forces you to bet on yourself, you know? So every time I get those big hits, it just feels so much better because I know what I had to do to get it. You can make this right over here.
All right. And what lesson did you learn the hard way in business?
The hard way?
Yes.
If you feel it ain't right, it ain't right. That's it. You know, but I don't believe in hope. Don't sell me hope, right? And that's the thing that people don't understand when it comes to business. And when you're just hopeful and things aren't concrete, most of the time, it's not gonna be fruitful for you. You know, it's not gonna be successful. You're doubting it because God or your intuition, whatever that is telling you that this is not right. And when you try to buy the hope and try to see it through, that's when you're gonna learn the hard way. And that's what I had to do. So, you know, I bought into the hype before. I got sold a dream before. Shit, record label sold me a dream. And, you know, I had to learn the hard way from it.
Okay. And how important is your circle and the people around you?
Very important. You can make this right here too. You can turn on red. How important are the people around you or your immediate circle, bro? Yes. It's so important. But yeah, so what's something that I think people make the biggest mistake with success is that people aren't built for it.
Okay.
And some of them think that they're gonna be the top dog or, you know, the boss don of whatever operation or business that they're trying to run, but really you're not fit for that. You know, maybe you're just fit to be the assistant. Maybe you're fit to be the second in charge. Maybe you're fit to be the manager. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So when people can learn what their strengths are and play to their strengths, they'll be able to attain true success. But if they try to chase success
right here, right?
Yep, left right here. If they try to chase success from a role or hierarchy standpoint, not a lot of people are meant to be a boss.
I got it. And how do you define value when you step into a room?
How do I define value when I step into a room?
Yes, sir.
Meaning, like, how do I see somebody else's value?
Yes.
I dictate value by who's trying too hard and who's not. Most times I don't try too hard. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
The people I feel like try the hardest are the people who are the most insecure. Whether or not they're winning or not, they're still insecure. So I don't find them valuable. Right? I think value comes with somebody who's comfortable in their own skin. Someone who doesn't need to seek attention, but they still get attention. Someone who doesn't need to prove to get respect, but still get respected. You know, so that's how I see value whenever I walk into a room, or judge it at least.
And what advice would you give someone trying to level up on his life?
The advice I would give someone to level up on their life is get away from the person you are right now and tap into the person that you want to be and the person that you think you have to be to get to where you want to be. So if a young kid's like, yo, I want to be, you know, a CEO of a Fortune 500 company, okay, well, put down the guns, you know. Maybe you should stop listening to rap music so much and maybe try to listen to some classical music, you know, or maybe you should stop trying to go outside and party so much and sit down and read some books. You need to physically, mentally, and emotionally and spiritually align with your destination before you can even arrive there. And sometimes that requires you to stop being who you are at that moment. You know, I had to shed my skin and become a new person like 4 or 5 times in my life. So that would be my advice. You can make this left right here.
Okay. And last but not least, what's next for you and what are you building toward right now?
What's next for me? So now I'm building towards an enterprise. So I've already established an umbrella company. If you know me, you know I have multiple companies. You know, I have my entertainment company. I have my name, my brand as a company. I also have my sunglass company, which is what I'm wearing right now. I have my brick and mortar company. I'll be able to give you guys a sneak peek on that nobody actually knows what it is, but you will be the first to know what it is. No one has ever came and recorded in it. It's still under construction, but you'll be able to see it. And yeah, so that's what's next for me is just bigger business. And now I'm just putting everything and tightening everything up, gaining financial literacy, because I want my kids to be able to be, you know, the Kardashians, the Rockefellers, the Trumps, you know, like I want a lineage of wealth. So that's what's next for me, is to establish that and properly form these structures and entities, structure these entities to do so.
Okay. Who's your top 3 artists right now that you're listening to?
My top 3 artists that I listen to?
Yes.
You know, Future's always gonna be up there for me. I mean, I've been listening to a lot of G Herbo right now because he dropped his last album and I could relate. So I definitely put Future, Herbo, and then I will put the other one would be a mix, but I'm not sure. Let's put Lil Durk up there too.
Okay.
Free Lil Durk, you know what I mean?
Yes, sir. All good.
But yeah, so those are my top 3 rappers right now that I got on my list.
What do you think about all those beef with 50 Cent, with all the community? Do you think it's healthy for the community?
You know, I have a different opinion when it comes to this stuff, right? When it comes to like beef and stuff like that with like 50 Cent. I think 50 Cent is more genuine than most, but is it healthy for the community? Fuck no. But I understand that a lot of these people, not saying 50 Cent does, but a lot of these people create fake drama just so that way they can keep themselves relevant or push whatever business or brand that they're trying to do, right? Okay. So I understand the business aspect of it, but there's got to be a more efficient way to do it where you don't have all these people engaging in toxic behaviors.
Okay. So thank you for your time.
Thank you,
really
man.
Appreciate you.
Thank you for the ride, bro. I appreciate
you, bro. It's an honor for me to be next to you right now. And you know, I'll be looking to your Instagram, I'll be looking to your social. You'll be saying a lot of things will motivate me too. So I'm really happy for you to be on my platform right now. I hope we can do a part 2 in the future, and I wish you the best for the future.
Definitely, man, definitely. And then maybe when I got a new podcast coming out too.
Hey.
So I got a new app coming out too.
Okay.
So make sure y'all stay tuned. But maybe we can link up and you could pop up to the new studio and see what that's like.
No problem. Whenever you're ready. Whenever you're ready.
All right.
Thank you, Hundo. Thank you, Hundo. Yes, sir.